Pandora Tomorrow has finally been added to Steam, and
oh my goodness! Squidward!
Why are you forced to use Ubisoft Connect? This is a 21-year-old game. Ubisoft Connect did not even exist when this game released, and now they're forcing people to use it. You're forcing people to use your terrible launcher that nobody wants and forcing DRM on a game that previously didn't have it. Ubisoft. The game is being sold for $10. And ironically, your DRM is making people do the exact thing you're trying to avoid. I swear to God, Ubisoft is unintentionally the most pro-piracy company in the industry. They don't have to force DRM. People are willing to pay money for this game, but people are also willing to pirate it if you force them to use a terrible service. The most common reason for piracy is lack of access, not malicious intent. But I would argue the second most common reason for piracy is Ubisoft Connect. This is just driving people to download the Community Enhanced Edition. Now, I'm not saying you should do this, but it does fix the shadows, and it does have widescreen support, and best of all, it does not require Ubisoft Connect. So does Ubisoft really care about Splinter Cell, or is it the potential money to be made since they released it on Steam the same day the TV show aired? It's a business, their goal is to make money, duh. Well, we have to consider what type of business they're in too. Ubisoft is barely a gaming company anymore, they sell dreams and wishes. They don't sell video games that are fully functional upon release and are good games. Sandfall is in the same business as they are, and they produce one of the greatest games of all time on their first try. Anyway, you can spend your money however you want. If you want to buy Pandora Tomorrow on Steam, go for it. And if you decide to get yourself the Community Enhanced Edition of Pandora Tomorrow, I personally think you should still properly buy the game as well. Regardless of what I think of Ubisoft in today's age, Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow is one of the best games I've ever played. I've finished it more times than I can count. I've purchased it on every platform, and more than once. This game has a special place in my heart. I know, shocker coming from me. But this game is a solid release in the franchise. I still like Stealth Action Redefined and Chaos Theory more, but Pandora Tomorrow is still a unique and worthy entry in the franchise. This game has the most variety in locations and environment types, a hilariously overpowered laser, hilarious game over screens, a banger soundtrack, and everybody loves Lambert getting mad at you when you mess up. Now, some people out there are upset that multiplayer isn't included in the Steam version. Well, Pandora Tomorrow's multiplayer is just a worse version of Chaos Theory's. Chaos Theory is literally the same game, but fixed. Spies in Pandora Tomorrow were hella overpowered, and Chaos Theory just brought the multiplayer back, but tweaked some things, making it way more balanced. I mention this because if you want to play the classic Spies vs. Mercs multiplayer, you can do so with SCCT Enhanced. This download has all the fixes you need. You don't have to mess with third-party tools to fix it. It's all in one package and ready to go. And people still play this game online today. Albeit a bunch of sweatlords, but occasionally you can find some people that are just as new as anyone else. There is a constant revolving door with this game. Some people stay and get better, others play it casually with their friends, and some people give it a try and never come back. I think everyone should at least give the multiplayer a try. There was nothing like Spies vs. Mercs at the time, and still nothing like Spies vs. Mercs today. But going back to Pandora Tomorrow, there really could have been a bigger bang with this news. Nothing sensational, of course, but just bigger. Like I said, Pandora Tomorrow is a great game, and it is unquestionably worth $10, but I just think that Ubisoft could have done more, and arguably made more, had they not implemented their anti-consumer garbage into the product. I really don't understand how many times people have to tell them nobody wants to use Ubisoft Connect. Nobody. They need to stop forcing it in every release. It does more harm than good for both Ubisoft and the consumer. Anyway, that's all I gotta say for now. Goodbye.